Welcome back to Central PA Live. We are still here at Eclipse Salon. We're getting pedicures. We're having a good time, and I'm joined now by my good friend and hilarious radio host, Garrison Bailey. Yes. You can listen to her show called Real Talk Radio on Saturdays at 1 on WRTA 98.5 FM. Garrison, thanks for being here.
Of course.
This is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. When you said, let's come get pedicures, I was like, well, let me think about it.
Well, right now it's time for Today's Trending. Well, Garrison, check this out. This is trending. And I don't know about everybody, but everyone, and I do know this, everybody loves pizza. They say, even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
I don't know. It's not my favorite food.
No?
No. Pizza.
It's not my favorite thing, but it's like one of those things like when, I can always have a slice of pizza.
Okay.
No? Not for you?
Not really for me, but keep going.
All right. Well, there's some people that want to have pizza as their bouquet in their wedding. Jen, would you ever have pizza as your bouquet in your wedding?
No, I would not.
You would not. Okay. Well, some lucky winners of the Villa Italian Kitchen Pizza Bouquet Contest ditched the traditional flower bouquet for a pizza bouquet. We have some pictures here of the brides and grooms that are posing with their pizza. Definitely very quirky. I don't know of anybody who would do this. Emma, now would you do this at all?
I'd probably eat it before I threw it.
You know what I'd rather have?
What?
A money bouquet. I don't want a pizza bouquet. That's all right. Throw money at me.
Yeah. That bridesmaid that you throw the bouquet.
I'll throw the bouquet. You guys can have pizza, and I want a money bouquet. Don't lie. Y'all would take it. You'd be like, oh, money bouquet.
Now, here's a true question. Is I know like a couple months ago we went live for a Star Wars wedding that was local. Would any of you guys ever have a themed wedding of any sort?
It would depend on the theme. If I could be pink, is that a theme? Like if I could
Pink
be
the color or Pink the rock star?
Pink the rock star. I'd be like, I'm gonna be
80s
80s.
80s.
There you go.
What sort of things did you have at the 80s themed wedding?
She'd be Madonna.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
There you go.
That'd be amazing.
I don't know what that move is, but that is the best darn thing to ever happen to my foot.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I tell you what I would have. I'd have a pedicure themed wedding.
Me too. Me too.
All right, well, listen to this. This is pretty crazy.
Okay.
High times are coming to Canada. Yesterday, Canada announced that I don't know. I said whenever it says something like Canada announced, I wonder who that is. But anyway, Canada announced that it will now be the second nation to legalize marijuana. The Canadian Senate overwhelmingly approved what's known as Bill C-45, or the Cannabis Act,
Or
on
Bill
Tuesday.
420.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It will allow adults to possess and grow a limited amount of marijuana, but weed will be off limits to anyone under 18, and users can buy it online from only approved retailers. Legal marijuana is expected to spark a $1 billion industry, just like it did after 9 U.S. states and Washington, D.C. passed similar rules. The bill is expected to go in effect in September.
Here's the thing. I don't really like the Maui Wowie. I like the sauce, so I'm just thankful that is legal here.
Well,
I mean, do you like? I guess I shouldn't ask. Does
well,
anybody here
I'll
like
be honest.
marijuana?
No, I'm not. I
It's
don't
not my
do
favorite.
drugs. But I
Do you consider that a drug? I don't know.
I do consider it a drug, and I do think that it's a gateway thing.
You do?
I do.
I don't know him at all.
But I mean, I think that there's people that it's not, but I think for some people it is.
Okay.
But I think definitely pretty interesting to see, and I think it probably will be. It probably will be
Legal
legal
here?
Yeah, because we're seeing that trend, and I think that money talks.
Oh yeah.
And I
But
think
here's-
if they're saying, I mean, this just said $1 billion industry.
But I have to tell you, if somebody has cancer and smoking a joint is going to help them,
Oh,
I'm
sure.
all for it. But I mean, I'm just not much into recreational pot smoking.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't care if anybody does.
yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't care.
I kind of don't know what the truth is I kind of don't know enough about it to comment.
Oh, I know a lot about it. And not because I did it, because I grew up with it, and so I know a lot about it. And it's just like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why it even makes news. Pot is legal. Big whoop.
Okay, well, we better move on here before we
Anyway,
get in trouble.
thanks for coming.
Garrison, what do you think of the trend of people going dairy-free and gluten-free besides people that actually have an allergy? Do you really think that these things are much healthier?
No, I don't think it's much healthier. I think it's just a personal choice. I prefer gluten. I like it. I can taste it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I love me
can't
some
taste.
pasta. Well,
yeah. But I
if
mean, if
you're
you're sick about it, if you get sick, then why would you eat it?
Well, sure, exactly. I actually have a seafood thing where I can't eat. I get sick if I eat seafood. So
I wish that if I would see food, I would get sick. But I see food and I'm excited, and I don't need pot for that.
well, listen, if you're considering healthy alternatives for ice cream fix, in order to save calories, you might want to think again. Making the switch might not be worth it in the long run to give up the richer, creamier dairy version of ice cream because many of the dairy-free options have just as many calories and saturated fats, especially those made with coconut milk. The amount of sugar in these non-traditional versions vary as well. Some pack up to half the recommended daily limit. There are also two things missing from non-dairy ice cream: calcium and protein that come with milk. But as with most food choices, there are pros and cons, and let's be honest, we aren't eating ice cream for its nutritional value anyway, I couldn't agree more. I always think, like, I grew up with sisters, and so sometimes when we would go, you know, like when you grow up with sisters, sometimes they like are trying to, you know, get ready for prom to fit in the dress or whatever, and so our family would go out for ice cream and they would get the yogurt. I'm like, well, then just don't come. If you're gonna go have ice cream, just have the ice cream, or if you're gonna go to Meadows, just have custard, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's so many options, and to say, well, it doesn't have calcium or protein, so I'll have brittle bones and I won't be strong.
I don't know if we're probably just in trouble. We have to go to commercial.
Oh, bye.
This is today's trending. We'll be right back.